What's going on, hustlers? Back at you guys with another banger. If you find the channel valuable, insightful, or answers any questions that you have, or if it even helps you make some money in your government contracting journey, please like, comment, and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. Let's get right into the video. Today we are going to be discussing the updated 10 weirdest things that the US government purchases. So let's get right into the video. Number one is digitized Grateful Dead memorabilia. And I'm gonna make sure that there's clips of screenshots of all the stuff that I'm pulling up here so you guys can see it, so you know I'm not chirping. So here is an excerpt that I found on the internet, and in 2009, some cheered and others scratched their heads when the Institute of Museum and Library Services gave the University of California, Santa Cruz in 2009 $615,175 to purchase tickets, photos, t-shirts, and other memorabilia donated by the band, scholars, and its fans. And you can still view the online collection of 50,000 items on the university's library sites. Number two, and this one, I wanted to start off with something chill because this next one is going to shock you. I guarantee you would have never ever envisioned that the government would spend money on something like this. And number two, according to a report from White Coat Waste, the National Institute of Health recently spent $2.3 million, listen to this, $2.3 million on puppies and cocaine. And they purchased beagle puppies, and this is, I don't know what benefit they got from this, but they injected the beagle puppies with cocaine. And I guess they were testing different brain reactions to cocaine. I don't know why they would do it on puppies. I don't know why they picked 6-month-old puppies. You could have done it at least on some dogs who were like on their way out and let them, take the high road on their way out. Wink, wink. That is number two. Number three, and this one is crazy. This one is really crazy. This one was on sam.gov, and this one was super recent. This came out like maybe a month ago. Number three, non-human primates, pigtailed macaques. So, for those of you guys that are unfamiliar, the government wanted to purchase monkeys. They wanted to purchase monkeys, and the department that purchased them was Health and Human Services, and the sub-tier is the National Institute of Health. So if you notice, it's the same NIH and the same people that were spending money on cocaine and puppies. They have a huge fascination with animals. I don't entirely know what the purpose of this one was. I believe it had something to do with mating. They wanted to study some mating patterns. And for those of you guys who are familiar, monkeys and primates are the closest thing that humans have. So I believe mating patterns was the goal of the study here. Number four, and I've actually sold one of these before. I just love how the government notated this. Number four are some big ass fans. Yes, you heard me right, big ass fans. YouTube, you cannot demonetize me for that because that is quite literally the name of the company. And for those of you guys that are interested, the FSC code is 4140. I know that off the top of my head because I have actually sold exactly this brand of fans. Again, this one was on sam.gov. And I want to give a big shout out to Sheena-preneur. Some of these I got from her Weird Contract Wednesdays. So you got to give credit where credit is due. She's an OG in the game. Go check out her channel. Go check out my interview on her channel. She goes on Sam and then posts screenshots of some of the craziest contracts. And the manufacturer, like the approved source that not just sam.gov has, but also DLA has, is literally, you'll see it on there, it says big ass fans. And it's literally like these huge industrial fans that are used to like cool down warehouses and stuff. Number five, this one I love. I love them. You can get so much bang for your buck at this place. Number five is IHOP. So the US government actually purchased a plot of land and then had an IHOP manufactured there. And it was crazy because it was only $500,000. You would think that purchasing the plot of land, building it, and then getting the licensing and the franchisee agreements would be significantly more, but it was only $500,000. So if you got $500,000 laying around, you can go buy yourself an IHOP as well. But Listen to this. The International House of Pancake got some American love when $500,000 of a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services grant went to build an IHOP in a Washington, D.C. neighborhood. But no, this wasn't about members of Congress getting a new place to eat a short stack. The initiative was to create 70 full-time jobs for low-income workers who qualified for government financial assistance. So, is it the best way to, maybe subsidize putting some money into the economy and helping low-income workers get some jobs? I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to report the facts. Am I happy about the fact that there is now another place in Washington, D.C. where I can go and get all-you-can-eat pancakes? Abso-freaking-lutely. That was number 5. This next one, you guys are not going to believe this. I promise to God you guys are not going to believe this. Number 6, U.S. government spent money on smart toilets. But not just any smart toilets. Not like the ones where you press the button and then it gives you the bidet or it cycles like the cut stuff. These were smart toilets that analyzed, very similar to your fingerprint, your anal print. Insane, okay? Now, the freaking craziest thing ever about this is how much they spent. They spent $6.9 million on smart toilets to analyze our anal prints, okay? So Senator Rand Paul highlighted a National Institute of Health. It's again the NIH. These guys are just doing crazy stuff. And if you guys want to go check out my video on doing business with DLA Explained, you'll see that you don't even have to go directly through SAM to provide stuff to the NIH. You can just bid on dibs, and a lot of times you'll see that the National Institute of Health also uses the Logistics Agency to purchase their items. But Rand Paul highlighted a National Institute of Health National Cancer Institute funded smart toilet as part of his federal government waste report. So I am baffled to find out that the National Cancer Institute funded this. I don't know why. But there you go. That's where 6 of your taxpayer money went. Number 7. This one is my favorite. I have no shame in admitting this because I am a big anti this entity, but I also love the second part of this. There's 2 entities that are involved in this, and I'm huge on both of them. Number 7, the government spent $465,339 on building a casino for pigeons. Yes, you heard me right. A place where you can go and you can double your 11s against the dealer 2, and you can win back your entire bankroll in 3 hands of blackjack. A casino for pigeons. I am a huge casino guy. I love blackjack. I love roulette. I love baccarat, but I'm also a birds aren't real kind of guy. Go check out my Instagram. I can't talk too much about it because Big Brother might tell the algorithm to mute this video, but the US government spent $465,339, and it was a high stakes study that taxpayers rolled the dice on that aimed to untangle the psychology of a gambling addiction by building a casino for pigeons. The National has sent nearly $500,000 to uber liberal Reed College in Portland, Oregon, where researchers are taking 3 years to create a self-contained miniature economy for the school's flock of birds. The pigeons receive currency-like tokens that they can earn, accumulate, spend, or gamble on slot machines, Dr. Timothy Hackenberg explained in the project's abstract. Even he admits the practical applications of his work are few and far between. So I guess it's just one of those money laundering things that we just tend to look the other way. We tend to look the other way in America about, but whatever. I'm a big supporter anytime somebody's building a new casino. I love blackjack. And I also think pigeons are a great candidate to study the psychology of gambling addictions. I am very proud to say that I bet a lot of money, not a lot of money, but I bet a decent amount of money on week 1 of NFL football, and I did not win anything, but it was entertainment. I don't gamble to make money. I gamble for fun. I gamble for entertainment. And I know when to cut my losses. Lost $100 this weekend, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself. Number 8, and this one kind of makes sense, the purpose behind it, but when you find out why it failed, you're gonna be like, that was freaking terrible. Number 8, building and demolishing a parking garage. Okay, and this one is from the New York Post. The National Security Administration's never used garage. $3.6 million. That's how much they spent on this. And the National Security Agency may be America's top intelligence gathering organization, but it lacks the smarts to build a functional employee parking lot. A blistering 2021 Inspector General's report shamed the agency for wasting $3.6 million on a hastily built modular parking deck at its Fort Meade, Maryland headquarters. Listen to this. This is where it gets crazy. The finished garage, meant for 250 vehicles, held just 87, costing $34,000 per spot, the Inspector General calculated. Worse, the structure's European designers didn't take the size and weight of American cars into account. After a year of safety testing, the NSA admitted that the garage was too flimsy to use. The NSA paid $500,000 to demolish the structure, which never welcomed a single employee vehicle in 2019. We paid Europeans to build an American parking garage, and they did not account for the weight of American cars. They don't have F-150s over there. Whoever the hell signed off on that project, real nice, buddy. Number 9, this one is actually my second favorite on the agenda. $8,395 for a lobster tank. I love me some lobster rolls. This one was actually the Department of Defense. And I've actually seen, you can sell fish tanks on Dibs. The Department of Defense pays for a lot of tanks, but $8,395 lobster tank probably isn't what taxpayers have in mind when they picture a tank expenditure. Yet, this is exactly what was purchased last year by the Department of Defense, presumably to improve the diet of military personnel. Now, if any of you guys know anybody in the military, they know about those go-home meals. So the government or the military will make something super nice like filet mignon and lobster to boost morale. And typically, that morale gets boosted right before the soldiers will figure out that they're not going home, so this makes sense. What's concerning about this purchase is not so much the dollar figure, but what it represents. No doubt, countless other purchases like this take place every day in the military, and all those luxuries really add up. Number 10, and this one I kind of liked. This one is probably number 3 on the list. 2 graphic novels combating disinformation. So, in addition to their DEI initiative, the CISA, I want to say this is CIA, but not sure, has been hard at work in creating not 1, but 2 graphic novels about disinformation as part of their Resilience series. The first one covers foreign interference in elections. The second one covers COVID vaccines. Interesting. There is nothing comical about wasting taxpayer money to justify censorship of constitutionally protected speech. So, there you have it. That is my updated for 2024 10 weirdest things that the US government buys. If you found this video entertaining, if you found it informative in any way, please like, comment, subscribe, check out our Skool community. It's $19 a month. All the content that I've ever created that can be found in one place. We have our weekly coaching calls, and there's over 250 government contractors in there for you guys to chop it up with, ask questions, and share tips and tricks with. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hustlers. Not only am I sure of your success, I am absolutely looking forward to it. Let's go print those dollars. See ya!